Big day today. Big pig day today. We're ready to go. We got the truck loaded up. We got 2 animal carriers with a makeshift front door on one of them that we're gonna make when we get there, because that's how we do. And Mary's getting some hay. We're gonna hit the road. We got about a half-hour drive to see them, and when we come back, we're gonna have 5 little piggies. Hey!
Sadie, are you excited to get pigs? Where are the pigs? She doesn't care. Guys, there's 3 Idaho pasture pigs in here.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Hi guys. There you go. Oh my god, you took that out.
Oh. Got him? 5 little piggies. There were almost only 4 little piggies. We had a little experience with the speckled one here the other day, as you saw. He ended up coming back, what, 3 hours later ish?
No, he ran out at like 2. It didn't come back till 10:30 at night.
Oh, okay. I was asleep on the couch at the time, but I chased him through the woods for 2 hours about, and then so what we ended up doing, and this might have helped, we took all their bedding from the kennel that we transported them in, and I wired that to the end of a stick and then drug that through the woods, hoping he would pick up the scent and then come back. And the wind actually shifted while he was gone, and he ended up coming back upwind. So he knew to circle back around and then come back. It was crazy. And then Mary ended up snagging him with a fishing net.
Yeah. Well, I was checking the other animals, and it was 10:30 at night. It was just about fully dark. So I had my headlamp on. I was walking very slowly with this big net because I was hoping to see it, hoping to find it or hear it, and I heard a little snort come from far behind me, and I was like, oh, no way. So I stopped, and sure enough, snort, 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 and it got closer to me. And so it actually stopped about 10 yards away. I had to hold my breath because he stopped and looked at me, and I was like, and then he went on, kept snorting. The other ones in the enclosure started snorting, and they had a little snort like get back together through the fence. It was adorable. And then as they were doing that, I walked up really quietly behind it and made a decision of how to capture it, and took the hoop of the net and kind of jumped on top of the little guy, and as soon as I touched him, he squealed and tried to run away. So I had to really commit before I did anything. I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do it and go for it. And
she's beautiful, and she can net a pig.
Yeah.
So she's the whole package, everybody. It's true.
Thanks.
It's true.
2 weeks later, and we have all 5 pigs. Currently, they've been living in this paddock. We trained them to a hot wire, a double hot wire. And today we're setting up the next paddock to move them onto that green grass over there and eliminate the physical barrier of the fencing. So for our electric wire fencing system, we chose to use rebar because we figured it would be the most sturdy and hold up the longest over the years. And then the plastic adjustable insulators. So we know we'll probably have to replace these insulators, but the cost of that is not nearly as bad as replacing the entire like step-in stake. We thought this would be the best option for us. So at this point we're doing 6 inches off the ground and then 6 inches above that. So a 6-inch and then a 12-inch from the ground double wire for the pigs. We had that previously set up in this paddock and they respected it really, really well. So today we're gonna set it up along the outside of this paddock and following it down. We want to give them some area in the woods so that they have shade and they get used to being in the woods, because remember, one of the main reasons we're getting these pigs is to reclaim this area. It's very dense. We want them to come in and eat whatever they can reach and root up all of these. So well, these are raspberries, but there's lots of thorn bushes and brambles. So we're giving them a little taste of what they're gonna have, but we also want them to be trained to just the wire without any barriers behind it. So that's why we're gonna come out, and out here it's just gonna be the hot wire, and then they'll also have the area where it's hot wire and wooded behind it to just give them a sense of what both situations they could be in. All right, we've got our electric fencing set up, going all the way around the paddock and down into the woods. It comes back, and then we have a little open door area right here. We're gonna slide this normal fence. What's this kind of fence called?
Can I come out now?
We're gonna slide it,
the
chain link fence down along there to open this section up and let the pigs come through.
Here we go.
Come on, pigs. Come on, pigs.
Get you some.
They're loving that grass. So that other paddock they were just in was more of a sacrifice paddock. We wanted to train them to the electric fencing and just really get them to a place where we were comfortable with them and they were comfortable with us, because they were so skittish when we first got them. Now we can get close to them, we can pet them and handle them a little bit more. We feel more comfortable having them on only electric fencing and then giving them some wooded area as well. But of course, Sausage loves the food. So an interesting thing that we figured out is that the pigs love the ferns. So the first thing they're all going for are the ferns. I don't know if maybe they're sweeter, but they love them. Right.
Yeah, this patty's got a bunch of raspberry, and it's got a nice big oak tree in it too that's probably got a bunch of mast from previous years. Hopefully the squirrels didn't get them all, but they'll find them if they're out there. So it's good to see pigs on green grass walking around.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And they have so much more space now.
We'll wait for one of them to hit the fence here.
Yeah.
It'll probably happen sooner or later, but they seem pretty calm.
Very, very satisfied.
Okay, so here's our pig watering setup. We bought some of just these pieces, the pig nipple, that goes into a male pipe, half-inch pipe thread, and then this fitting is what you want. This is a garden hose thread, female to half-inch female pipe thread. Thread that baby in, and then it makes for easy draining because let's thread this back on. That also allows you to spin the nipple for the pigs, of course. And then to get this started to this garden hose thread, this is just a bulkhead fitting that we got off Amazon as well, and we'll throw links up in the description for all of the pieces to make this thing work. But super easy. 1 1/8 inch hole, bulkhead in, gaskets on either side, and pigs hit that, water comes out, everybody's happy. Here's the top of the barrel. This is our filling hole. I'd like to give a shout out and a big thank you to Pete at Just a Few Acres Farm. It's an awesome channel. You guys got to check it out if you haven't already. But he's got a closure similar to this, but sturdy electrical wire here for a little hinge, screw for a handle, and just a little chunk of plastic I had laying around that screwed in here to stop her from falling in.
And just across the way from our feeder pigs is our mate chickens. These chickens are just over 2 weeks old. They're going into their 3rd week of life. They're Cornish cross. We have 50, well, technically 49 of them. And then we have 3 egg layers. So we decided to get a couple Polish breed chickens to add to our egg layers. But otherwise, these guys have been out for 2 nights, one of which was a thunderstorm, and they did really well. We brought... Hi, Gigi. We brought our guard geese out. We brought out the guard geese to keep an eye on them at night, and we're testing out having a shorter, utilizing the hog fencing from Premier One instead of using the chicken fencing, because these guys won't be able to fly and they won't be able to jump very high, and we had the hog fencing available, so we figured we'd try it out.
And also, predators have not been a problem yet.
Yeah.
But a fox could easily jump this.
Yes, or a wolf or something, and we're very aware of that. But we plan on keeping them relatively close to the house, and the guard geese do a really good job of making a lot of noise at night.
The geese tell us when to get the shotgun. What, Goosey? Gigi, what's up?
So we made a Justin Rhodes inspired shade mobile. We're calling it the Shade Shack here, and it works really well. We made it tall enough so that the geese can get underneath, and if we ever wanted to have turkeys, we could use it for the turkeys as well.
This is a nice thing we added. This shelf, this was in one design we saw. So it's 2 buckets or a bag of feed in a bucket. But so you can put it on there, wheel it around. It's super light. I halfway expect to find this in a tree someday after a storm. But it'll work for 99% of the time.
And it's easy to move around.
Yeah. So if you're doing any kind of mobile cooping, these wheels are the shiz. We'll leave a link in the description for those as well. These are the smaller ones, but I think the bigger ones are 26 inch. These are 20. But they're super nice. I mean, they're hard plastic. Roll over anything, they're tough. Axle work isn't great here, but
it works.
They're great. Yep.
So this chicken right here is one of our Polish chickens. They'll have like little poofies on top of their head. can kind of tell. I'm excited that they're growing up with the meat chickens because I think these egg layers are going to be super hardy and just like scrappy and tough because they have to work so hard to get their food from the Cornish cross.
Look at that crop.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
And so we're just gauging how long they stay in this paddock based on how much poo is on the ground and how much they disturb the grass in the ground. And we'll be moving them out this direction next and working our way. So right now they've been in this for 2 days. Probably leave them in here for at least another day and then move them on. So the last time we did an update on our field, it was like the middle of spring, so we hadn't had any animals on it, but since we have ran our egg layers, the sheep and the geese on all of this. So everything you see has been eaten and disturbed and pooed on, and then we came and we mowed it to get rid of any weeds before they turn to seed heads. So this is kind of like our main weed. And without adding any money to it, no seed, no tilling, no aerating or anything, the grass from below, the grass that you want ruminants to eat, is coming through and it's looking really nice. So I'm very happy with the progress. You can see how there's a difference in, it's kind of red back there, and then there's white flowers, and then as you get this way, there's just less and less. And I have an example over here. So the chickens, this is what it looks like pretty much right after we mow. It did rain, so it's pretty sparse. We moved the chickens from here 3 days ago, and then did not cut it yet. So this is what it looks like before it gets cut. Probably kind of hard to tell. And then moving to the next paddock, this is where the chickens are now. And the sheep. And we have another update. We purchased another milk sheep. So this is Whitey.
She's a little shy yet.
Whitey is pretty shy, yep.
Betty
still has her same strong personality.
Hi, Betty.
Thank you, Betty, yes. Lick your nose. Whitey, we got Whitey yesterday, and we decided to put them together right away because she seemed very healthy. She came from a very clean farm, and Betty, we noticed that Betty seemed to be getting lonely. She had lots of spunk, you know, for the couple of weeks after Ram died, and then now we noticed, you know, she just was, we could tell she's just kind of lonely, buying a lot more. So we felt bad, so we got another sheep, and they have snuggled and loved on each other, and, you know, bumped heads. I think Betty is a lot happier.